Hey guys, so about a year ago, I made a video called the 50-50 rule of Valorant. And watching it back, I feel like I could have done a better job of explaining certain concepts and ideas. And I think by making a follow-up video to it, that it might clear up some confusion that you guys have, or any questions that you might have about the video. Hopefully this helps, and let's get into it. So what is the 50-50 rule? The 50-50 rule of Valorant is going to be, let's say our jet here, or we're looking at Ascent. Our jet here on attack is going to swing tiles, and their Reyna is going to swing bottom mid. This is a 50-50. Either Reyna could win the fight, or Jet could win the fight, and then they just go on their merry way, right? So what we want to do is not take 50-50s, right? So how do we do that? Reyna swings bottom mid, Jet swings tiles. These two take a 50-50. We want to avoid taking the 50-50. So how do we put the odds in our favor here? And that's where utility is important, right? Everyone loves that. Woohoo. So let's say our Sova darts bottom mid, right? Awesome. Their Reyna is darted, and, Reyna may ignore the dart. It might be like a 55-45 odds of winning the fight, right? But it's something. It increases the odds. Maybe the dart pings Reyna and Jet's able to line up the shot a lot easier. Maybe it helps win the gunfight. I don't know. But let's just say, Sova darts, these two are swinging bottom mid, and let's say their Jet swings from Cat, right? Our Jet has a 50-50 on one of them, but then it's just going to get traded by the other. So how do we avoid that? It keeps building on itself, right? So we started with a 50-50 between Jet. We add the dart bottom mid, increases the odds in Jet's favor. But now what happens when their Jet swings Cat? Okay, start of the round, let's just Omen smoke Cat. We Omen smoke Cat, we dart bottom mid. The odds are a lot better in favor of Jet, Can't get swung by their enemy Jet from Cat. Still has the 1v1 on Reyna bottom mid with the dart. But how can we make it even better? What if our Reyna top mid just throws a leer, right? So now their Reyna is full blind and has to be contained to this part of bottom mid. Otherwise, they're full blind. So it's easier for our Jet to predict where their Reyna is going to be. If the Reyna is out in the open, she's more than likely blind, or she's shooting it and, gives away her position. There's so many different things that can happen that, yes, the Reyna can still get lucky, get the kill, and get out despite all the util being thrown, right? But if we look at how everything is being used, this is definitely in the attacker's favor, right? We're smoking Cat, we're darting bottom mid, we're blinding out mid. This is better than a 50-50, I'll call this like a 70-30, right? 70-30 odds of our Jet swinging out mid and killing this Reyna. Boom. Now we're in Now we are in a 5v4. And we have mid control. Even better. So what am I trying to get at? What I'm trying to get at is every single decision that you're making in a round of Valorant could be considered a percentage chance of working versus failing. Like I said before, if your Reyna swings top mid and takes the 1v1 on Reyna bottom mid, that's a 50-50. That's a decision that you're trying to make, right? Who's up to you to make that decision, but you got to accept the odds of it. Let's take our Omen, for example. A lot of Omen players like to lurk A main. That could be Omen coming up to the corner and be like, yo, I'm going to swing this angle and hope that he's not there. He swings the angle and, the odds might not be in his favor to safely swing that angle, right? So, he gets away with it and he continues on with his lurk. What if Jet was here holding this and he swings and then he dies to the Jet and then the Jet runs away? That is a risk. That is part of the percentage chance of it working versus failing. Now, what I'm not saying to do is I don't want you guys to play your ranked games and overanalyze every decision you're making and worry if you're doing the right or wrong thing. The mindset you have to have when you're playing Valorant, if you're actually trying to improve, is ask yourself why, and then think, well, what could I have done better? All right, so Reyna swings top mid, dies to the Reyna bottom mid. Oh, why did I die? Oh, I swung mid. Oh, well, I guess I can win that gunfight, but what could I have done better? Oh, I guess I could have thrown a blind. That would have been a little bit better. I could have asked my teammate to swing with me. I could have asked Sova for his dart bottom mid. That's where utility becomes really important. And that's, why theory crafting and everything starts to come in with pro play. So by having this mindset of asking yourself why, why I did something wrong or why it didn't work, why my play sucked, why did that guy shoot me better than I shot him. When you ask yourself, what could I have done differently? What could I have done better? You'll find that the answer kind of comes naturally. Sometimes you'll die to some bullshit and it'll be like, well, the play I made was like an 80% chance of working, 20% chance of failing, and the 20% chance happened. It happens. You have to accept that everything is a risk, right? All right, this will lead me into my next point, but let's just say, our Jet is going to swing bottom mid. In his head, he's thinking, oh, my Omen's going to smoke cat and my Sova's going to dart bottom mid. He swings, maybe there's a dart bottom mid, maybe there's no smoke cat, and he dies to the guy cat. Our Jet's going to be like, bro, Omen, where's my smoke? Are you fucking stupid? Are you brain dead? Oh my god, I'm throwing the game. And communication like that lapse in comms between two teammates about something as simple as, hey, can you smoke cat? Or just confirm, like, Omen, are you smoking cat? Or like, just say what you're going to do. Like when I play Omen on Ascent, I don't need, the most I'll say during pre-round is I'll just be like, hey guys, I'm smoking cat. I just tell my team what I'm doing. I tell them what utility I'm providing. If I'm telling my team what util I'm providing or what gunfight I'm trying to take or do whatever, if you're not doing that, everybody's like always trying to fill in the gaps. Like, all right, what are we doing next? What are we doing next? And everyone's like kind of going everywhere, right? But if someone is saying like, hey, I'm doing this or let's do this, then it suddenly streamlines the groupthink and allows teammates to start thinking on the same wavelength, right? So just by saying like, yo, can you dart bottom mid and smoke cat? I don't want to fight this guy bottom mid. Kill the Reyna bottom mid, boom, done. All because we just had the voice comms to do it. And hopefully I've gotten my point across that and like why utility is so important and why you need to be like using utility more in your games. Because you'll find that the answer to like, why did I die there? What was I doing? Like, what could I have done better? The answer is, assuming you're not Immortal Plus, the answer is almost always going to be, oh, I should have used my utility. And, you'd think like, oh, how could I have used a smoke? How could I have used a TP? How could I have used a blind? Like, how could I have used some of this stuff to do better? You won't understand. And that's okay, because it comes with time, it comes with repetition, it comes with just experimentation. Like, I think that if you never know what to do and you're in a clutch situation or the pressure's getting on, like, you got to prioritize, like, okay, how can I use my utility to throw off what the enemy is doing or put myself in a better position or make it harder for them to scale on me site. And once you start to use your utility more, you'll notice, hey, these kills are a lot easier, And look, coming from me, when I first hit Radiant, I solo queued to Radiant. I was a Killjoy one trick. And I didn't get to Radiant because I had good mechanics. No, my mechanics were dog shit compared to like what they are now because I've worked on it, right? But when I first got to Radiant, I didn't get there because of my aim. I got there because of how I was using my utility, how I was thinking about the game, and the voice comms and info that I was giving to my teammates. Not because I'm trying to play in a way that makes me better, but I'm trying to play in a way that makes those around me better, right? And, that's part of being an in-game leader, but that's a different video. So hopefully I've gotten my point across that, everything has a risk. You just got to accept it. And if something goes wrong, is what it is, right? But taking into account like how important it is to talk to your teammates about how you want to use utility to take something or take a fight, and asking yourself like, what could I have done better? And remembering like, don't beat yourself up over mistakes. I have made that mistake too many times as someone who's aspiring to play professionally and put a lot of hours in with teams and scrims and everything. Just the do's and don'ts I've learned is don't play with your emotions. When you're playing the game and you really want to be dialed in, you should not be emotional. If you notice yourself like getting sad or taking something personally or getting angry, like, you take a deep breath, take a step back, and just chill. Because this is not a game that is meant to be played with your emotions. You have to play with logic. And that logic comes with, actually trying to think about the game and think about it in different ways and apply that knowledge to a point where you don't have to actually think about it when you're playing. Rather, all of your decisions you make in game are based off of your gut instinct on what you believe to be right and wrong. So let me know in the comments if I did a good enough job kind of going back over this video topic. I know it feels a little sloppy, and I kind of touched on a bunch of different subjects. So if there's anything you guys want me to elaborate on more or make more videos on, then please just let me know, because I love talking about this stuff, and I think people don't realize how easy it is to actually be good at the game. And that's why I'm here. I'm bored. Riot killed the tier 2 scene. There's no chance of going pro. So I may as well pass my knowledge on to people that, maybe still have a chance. So I'll see you guys in the next video.